Hi, this is Kenneth Thorpe on the Dog Walk Podcast, and you're listening to me while I'm walking my dog. On this podcast, I'm going to talk about what I usually think about when I'm usually walking the dog, or whenever I just, need a break from my normal studies. And this episode is actually about My Little Pony. It has to do with Allura. Have you ever seen the My Little Pony Generation 5 stories? You will see that the new enemy has showed up. She is a snow leopard. I think we have our first furry in the My Little Pony universe, and of course the furry would have a twitch affiliate. I've been making that joke ever since day one, and it is still as funny as it was then as it was now. In many of these scenes, I have seen her being really idiotic. She believes that a bunch of lit light bulbs that are held by a magic power, is the Nova Star that she's been looking for all this time. Although, her real motive is to actually get the Star Shard to help her brother. And, anyway, I was going to make a theory video on how Allura is actually really, really smart, is that her idiocy was actually an act to get to the portal to Equestria. But her real motive was the note of Star, so basically I have spent 2 or 3 hours making the script thinking that Allura is actually really, really smart. And, that didn't happen. So I would like to take that back formally. That's what you do when you have a script, mostly. Is that you usually make a script and then you realize that it's just not worth writing, and then you scrap it. Anyway, my theory went along the lines of something like this. Allura actually acted and actually made the snow to her to be the antidote to her persuasion, and she did that so that the ponies would be smart enough to actually find the Nova Shard and help her get to the portal. Even though her real thing was to actually get the Nova Charm, in reality, it was to get the Nova Portal so she could get her brother back. But she had the portal all along, and I was going to establish that she already had the Nova Charm, but if she already had the charm, she would have already freed her brother, so she didn't know. And so I scrapped that idea. That was not a very smart theory, unfortunately. Anyway, suffice to say, some theories that I think of just don't come out in fruition, and some of them are just really silly. But you have to go that direction. You have to think about what might be possible and what might not be possible. And then, when your brain turns off and you figure out the answer, you realize, that's a silly answer. Why'd I ever think of that in the first place? But anyway, new episode drop. Tell Your Tale, you might have seen it, episode 5. Oh my goodness, big lore dump. The first 2 windows, the right and left windows, portray Generation 4. And then the next 2 windows, the ones on the right and left, I believe are from Generation 1. What is the Smooge doing on a windowsill on that little hallway? And who is that other pony on the left when fighting Rogart? Twilight was the only one fighting Rogart in Generation 4. So that is not from Generation 4, it is from Generation 1. And so we have mixed signals going on here. We got G4 in the front of the room, and then on the next pane is Generation 1. And on the next pane is Generation 5, as it shows Sunny, Izzy, and Zip, and all the rest of the gang. Hitch. It doesn't show Misty, which is a very interesting detail. It shows that the ponies were coming back for unity, which is a very symbolic thing to happen. And it's probably one of the most symbolic things that has happened. And I guess I'm thinking, when you do something significant on the in Ponyland, you get mentioned on a stained glass window And who takes care of these windows? No one knows the answer to, but it's probably some chiseler or something such, I think. But in the last episode of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, the Generation 4 one, I think Flurry Heart was one of the stained glass windows, so she must have done something to be significant. But we never got to figure out why, and it was up to us fans to figure it out. Flurry Heart did not show up in this scene, in this windowsill. So, yeah, in one of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows that show up, Flurry Heart does not show up. So, there's that. And I say 5 instead of 6 because it's supposed to be 6, because on the right of the 6th window, the right side window, there was an open space. Like, you were expecting to see another Generation 5 moment, but there is not. So something significant has yet to happen or will happen. And there's like lots of butterflies and stuff. I bet many of you have been seeing the butterflies stuff that's coming from across the top of the window. That means something. Either from a butterfly effect, which is like a chaos theory in itself. So a theory within a theory, I guess. The chaos theory goes that if you do something small, it will avalanche something significant to bring things to come. And what small thing is Misty doing in this room? It's actually fighting the room. So something big is happening in the future. I just know it. But the thing is, that windowsill is empty, or it's an actual room that we never got to see. So I think that's someplace important. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be important in the future. Who is the mysterious thing? You know what? I'm calling it right now. That mysterious voice is Zecora. I'm not kidding you, because she's the only one that would sound that old, and she doesn't sound anything like Luna or Celestia or any of the major ones. Maybe it's Flurry Heart. You know, it might be a future Flurry Heart, which she might come appear. I don't think so, because Flurry Heart got like the screen time she deserved. She didn't get lore. Maybe it's just her getting some lore finally. But I really think it's Zecora, because I think she would be the only one that would be probably old enough, even though like lots of time has passed. I don't know. I think she would be like Granny Smith's age. So yeah, maybe it is Flurry Heart. I don't know. Now that I think about it, now that I'm saying this out loud, maybe it is Flurry Heart. But I would, the key thing was the potions in the left side, which Misty was in the main room talking with the spellbook. And big Star Swirl reference, by the way. Star Swirl, just the big name drop, but they just couldn't say the words. It was like Swirl Star. They couldn't even say Star Swirl without getting the big demonetization. Hasbro, I guess. They will find any excuse. Yeah, the rhythmic pattern in the potion just kind of screams Zecora. And, well, I don't have any clues to go off of Flurry Heart other than the fact that she's not there and not present. That would be a nice big reveal, wouldn't you think? I think that Flurry Heart appearance in D5 would make everyone go absolutely bonkers. I would not kid you. So, alright, what else do we got to talk about? More Tell You Tale stuff. Everything that Misty touched in the hallway there controlled the tower in some way. So I don't think these glass stained windows are actual portals, but actually significant events, so that rules that out. So far, the only portal leads to the Crystal Bright House, and that leads to the secret room, which is just a basic hallway, which is a very nice touch. Someone been watching my Can't-A-Lot Harmony Brony series, because my established lore is that Princess Luna had like a secret room where she could study dreams and focus on imprisoning different nightmares. Spoilers, by the way, if you haven't seen Harmony Brony yet. Now, keep in mind, I have not read any of the G4 comics that are supposed to be from season 10, and how canonical they might be or not be. I haven't read any of them, alright? I like to see dancing things. I like to see things animated. I would probably like to see the comics at one point or another, but I think I'm gonna download them this weekend from Yay Ponies and actually start reading some G4 Season 10 comics. That'd be fun to do. Let's see, what else? So I guess that's what's on my mind. I'm coming back to my house now. I just passed the white line. That's the final step between me and the household's door. So guys, thank you so much for listening to me rant, talk about ponies. I know it's not what you think you might think about a dog walk, but you never know. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I wish you and your house full of peace and, of course, a furry touch hoof bump on your nose. Thank you for listening, and have a great day.